Outstanding interest invest last year. Investment is an asset. Sports materials is an asset. Furniture is an asset. This should be deducted from subscription, then it will come on the liability side of the balance sheet. Deduct the last year, deduct the next year, add outstanding. It may be income or expenditure. Whatever the outstanding subscription comes on the income side will come on the asset side. Whatever the outstanding comes on the expenditure side, that will come on the liability side. Hello my dear students, I am Dr. B.S. Subramania, called by name Dr. BSS, Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Year College, a Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In this session, I am going to hand Fundamentals of Financial Accounting, first semester, Unit 4, Session 2, in favor of Final Accounts of Non-Profit Organization. I already told in the Session 1 regarding the 3 non-profit organizations that those concerned or non-trading concerned, they do not have no profit motive, only service motive. So they will give receipt and payment account, and at some time old balance sheet, receipt and payment account, some adjustment, you have to prepare income and expenditure account and a balance sheet. We'll move on to problem now. So from the following receipts and payments account of Maharaja Sports Club, prepare income and expenditure account for the year ending 31/3 receipts. These are all the receipts side, this is payment side. Receipt becomes income, payment becomes the expenditure. This you have to learn. What's the basic you have to learn here? This is your income. This is your expenditure. The basic idea, no? By chance, income side, outstanding subscription, outstanding salary, any outstanding incomes, we have a balance sheet here. Any outstanding subscription becomes the asset. Any outstanding, this is your liability, this is your asset. Any outstanding salary becomes the liability. You remember, outstanding subscription becomes the asset, outstanding salary becomes the liability. Here, advance becomes the liability. Prepaid means next, the advance means next year. Prepaid also next year, it will come asset side. So what's the basic? Outstanding subscription becomes the asset, outstanding salary becomes the liability, advance becomes the liability, prepaid becomes the asset. But only thing, no, last year advance, current year income. For this year income, we received in the last year. Last year advance, current year income, last year prepaid, current year expenditure. That's short to remember. So what's the basic here? Outstanding subscription becomes the asset, outstanding salary becomes the liability, advance becomes the liability, prepaid becomes the asset. We'll move on to problem now. This is your receipt. So while you are doing the income and expenditure account, don't take opening cash, don't take closing cash, don't take capital receipt item like is life membership fees, legacies, heavy donation is there, don't take it. Don't take capital expenditure item, any asset. Maybe furniture, maybe billiards table, maybe motor car, maybe what's called motor car. Don't take this asset, capital expenditure asset. Only real income and revenue income and revenue expenditure. If we see this now, donation is income, entrance fees is income, subscription is income, interest on investment is income, old newspaper is also, and sale of old newspaper is income. Come back, purchase of furniture don't take, billiards table don't take because it's an asset, salary is an expenditure, insurance premium is expenditure, repair is an expenditure. Don't take the closing cash, don't take opening cash, don't take closing cash, don't take capital receipt item, don't take capital expenditure item. We'll on to problem now. income and expenditure account, income and expenditure account for which year? 31/3/2019. Expenditure rupees, income rupees. So receipt becomes income, debit. So this is your debit side, this is your credit side. So we'll go one by one now. First one, come back. Don't buy donation 5,000. Buy donations 5,000. Then buy entrance fees 1,000. Buy donation 5,000. Buy entrance fees 1,000. So this is over. Buy subscription, whatever the amount received from the public. Buy subscription. Is it 12,000? 12,000. This over. By interest on investment. By interest on investment. By interest on investment 500. Then by sale of old newspaper. By sale of old newspaper. Sale of old newspaper 150. These are all the income. Donation 5,000, entrance fees 1,000, subscription 12,000, interest on investment 500, sale of old newspaper is 150. Come back to expenditure side. Receipt becomes the income. First one, purchase won't come. Salary, to salary. How much is there? 2,000. To salary, 2,000. Salary over. Insurance premium. Insurance premium 200. Insurance premium 200. What next? This over. Repairs. Repairs 1,150. 1,150. No adjustment is there. Add the credit side. If the credit side is more than the debit side, it's called surplus. If the debit side is more than the credit side, it's called deficit. Add the figure 5,000 plus 1,000 plus 12,000 plus 500 plus 150. 18,650. 650. 18,650. 18,650. Out of that, deduct minus 2,000 minus 200, 18,650 minus 2,000 minus 200 minus 1150, 15,300. 15,300. This is the surplus. It is called excess of income over expenditure. When the income is more, the difference is called surplus. By chance, if there is a difference, debit side, expenditures are more, then it is called the deficit. We'll move on to next problem now. So, from the following particular relating to national school, MYSURU prepare income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st March 2000 and also balance sheet as on that date on 31st March. So, the balance sheet of the last year is given. Outstanding salary, subscription receipt for 18-19 means it is nothing but advance, building fund, capital fund, cash is an asset, outstanding subscription last year, outstanding interest invest last year, investment is an asset, sports material is an asset, furniture is an asset. Here come back. Last year closing cash become the open cash, subscription you received during the year, contribution to building fund is 16,000, interest on investment is income, sale of a old newspaper is income, sports material is asset, salaries and expenditure, building expense, I will explain this. Subscription to newspapers and expenditure, investment asset, furniture asset, balance carried down is closing cash is an asset. Regarding the building fund here, you already existing building fund 14,000. So this fund will be utilized only for the construction of building. So here, this year, somebody has contributed the building fund. So building fund will be raised. What is already building fund? 14,000. How much you have contributed? 16. 14 plus 6 is 30,000. Out of 30,000, we made a expenditure. How much? 10,000. The balance 20,000 will appear on the liability side of the balance sheet separate. Building fund 14,000. This year we received for the building fund how much? 16,000. 16 plus 14 is 30,000. How much amount has been spent? 10,000. How much still in the building fund is 20,000. Separate entity you have to do. Okay. Adjustment. Subscription outstanding current year, that should be added to subscription, then it will come on the asset side of the balance sheet. Subscription received and pawn for next year, this should be deducted from subscription, then it will come on the liability side of the balance sheet. Outstanding salary, that should be added to salary, then liability side of the balance sheet. Division on sports material, expenditure side, furniture expenditure side, interest accrued on investment income side. For interest on investment, this should be added. This will come on the asset side of the balance sheet. These two items should be deducted from the concerned asset on the asset side of the balance sheet. So, we'll move on now. Income and expenditure. Account for the year ended they ask you for which year? 31/3/2019. Expenditure rupees. Then income rupees. Debit, credit. Slowly we'll do. So receipt becomes the income. Why your inner columns there? If there is an adjustment, that should be adjusted. We'll move on the income side, receipt side. First one, subscription, how much is there? 44,000. By subscription, first column, 44,000. Go back to old balance sheet. You got outstanding subscription last year. How much is there? 2,000. How much received for this last year advance? Current income. This belongs to last year. Less of last year minus last year outstanding. O by S. What's your last year outstanding? 2,000. Deduct 42,000. Add advance of last year. Advance of last year. This will be subscription. How much subscription for year? 2,400. Add the figure. 44,400. Come back to adjustment. Subscription outstanding for the current year, how much? 2,800 plus outstanding subscription of current year. Subscription of current year, 2,800. Add 0, 0. 47,200. I will explain. Subscription received 44,000, which includes the last year we have to pay 2,000. That should be deducted less of, what's the rules? For any income, deduct the last year, deduct the next year, add outstanding of the current year. What's the law? Deduct the last year, deduct the next year, add outstanding. It may be income or expenditure. What's the rule? Deduct the last year, deduct the next year, add outstanding of the current year. So I deduct the last year, advance should be added, outstanding subscription, then we have got subscription for the next year should be advance. It is how much? 1,600 minus advance for next year, 1,600. Deduct 47,200. 47,200 minus 1,600. 45,600. 45,600 actual subscription. 45,600. So rule is subscription less of last year. Add advance of last year 2,400. Outstanding subscription current year. Here it will come. Then asset side of the balance sheet minus advance 1,600 for the next year should be there. It will come on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now, subscription over, contribution won't come. Interest on investment. Interest on investment. How much is there? First column, 3,200. Any adjustment? See that? Interest on investment. Come back. Any adjustment of the last year? Outstanding interest on investment of the last year. How much is there? 1,200. Okay. This belongs to last year. Less of last year. Minus last year outstanding. What's the last year outstanding? 1,200. Deduct. It becomes 2,000. Come back to current year adjustment. Interest accrued on investment 2000 is there, plus interest accrued 2000, it become 4000. We'll do the expenditure side now. Sports material won't come. Salaries to salary. What's the value? Where salaries are 16,400. Anything in the last year? Outstanding salary 3,200 is there. Salary 16,400 minus last year outstanding. Salary 16,400 minus last year outstanding. How much last year outstanding? 3,200. Deduct 13,200. Anything about the current year come back? Outstanding salary 2,000 plus outstanding salary of current year. How much is there? 2,000. It becomes 15,200. Less of last year, add outstanding salary means the current year. So this will come on the right side of the balance sheet. So what is our salary over? Building fund expense won't come. Subscription to newspaper. Subscription to newspaper. Subscription to newspaper 1,600. No adjustment, I think so. Last year, nothing is there. Then, subscription to newspaper over investment won't come is an asset. Furniture won't come is an asset. Then, depreciation is there. Depreciation on what? Depreciation on sports material. How much is there? 12,000. On furniture. On furniture. So depreciation on sports material 12,000. On furniture 800. Accrued is already taken. This is taken. This is taken. This is also taken. Add 12,800. One more item is there. Expenditure. Rupees. Income. Rupees. One item of income side is there. Sale of old newspaper. Sale of old newspaper. How much is there? 320. Now, we'll bring out the difference. Come back here. So 45,600. 45,600 plus 4,320. 49,920. Come back to debit side. Minus 15,200. minus 1,600 minus 12,800, 20,320. Correct is there. So your credit say total 45,600 plus 4,000 plus 320, 49,920, 49,920. Out of that, minus 15,200 minus 1,600 minus 12,800, 20,320. 20,320. This is your surplus. Then, final balance sheet. Balance sheet. Asset 31, date see that 2019. Liabilities rupees, assets rupees. Come back here. Balance sheet continued. Liabilities rupees, assets come back here. So we'll go with the old balance sheet here. Receipt and payment account. Balance carried down is a closing cash. Closing cash. How much is there? 7,920. 7,920. Then come back to old balance sheet. This cash become this is outstanding subscription EBITDA. What's your got? Investment. How much is there? 20,000. Investment 20,000. This year you look after in the receipt and payment account. Investment, how much purchase? 36,000 plus purchases. How much purchases we made? It is 36,000. It becomes 56,000. So your investment is over. Your investment. What's next? Sports material. Sports material. What's the value in the balance sheet? Old balance sheet. Your investment is over. Last year, 40,000. Anything purchase? Building fund, furniture. Building fund, no furniture, only furniture purchase. So there is a depreciation on sports material 12,000. minus depreciation 12,000, it becomes 28,000. Then we'll move on. What's next asset? So come back, your investment is over. Then furniture. What's the old value in the old balance sheet? Furniture 8,000. How much purchase? How much purchased? Furniture purchase 4,000 plus purchases 4,000, and it becomes 12,000 minus depreciation. What's the depreciation value? Minus depreciation furniture 800. It becomes 11,200. Any asset? So investment over, furniture over, sports material over. Sports material you have taken 40,000 plus 28,000 plus old one is there. Sports material 24,000 is there. Sports material 24, that's old balance sheet. Old balance sheet, see that? Sports material. This is from sportsman 40,000 plus 12,000, 80. Sports material. This is your sportsman 24,000. Balance sheet of payments. How much is there? Payments like 24,000. Of payments. Then any other disbursement over, salary, investment, balance carried on is taken. Interest accrued on outstanding subscription of current year. What's the outstanding subscription of the current year? Outstanding subscription of the current year 2,800. Interest accrued ACC RUD on interest accrued on investment. Interest accrued on investment. Interest of 2,000. 2,000. Roughly you will make the total. It is 7,920. 56,000 plus 28,000 plus 11,200 plus 24,000 plus 2,800 plus 2,000. 1,31,920. Come back to liability side. Liability side. Outstanding salary of the current year. What's the outstanding salary of the current year? 2,000. Advance subscription of next year. What's your advance subscription? 1,600. Then, regarding the building fund, what's the balance sheet? What's the building fund now? Previously, 16,000 plus contribution. This year, how much they contributed? Building fund contribution. This is building fund contribution plus old value plus old value 16,000 old value, balance sheet building fund 14,000, add this become 30,000 minus this is building contribution old value 30,000 minus expenses they spend. Your expenditure is how much they spend? Building fund 10,000. Now, how much left over? 20,000. Then, capital fund as per the old balance sheet. What's your capital fund? Building fund. As per the capital fund is 88,000 plus surplus. Your surplus 20,320. Add 88,000 plus 20,320. 108,320. 108,320. 108,320. 108,320 plus 20,000 plus 1,600 plus 2,000. 1,31,920. 1,31,920 it will tally. So over. Here very carefully regarding the building fund existing. Already you have got 16,000. How much contributed? 14,000 totally. Existing contribution 16,000. How much amount spent? 10,000. How much still? We have got 20,000. Outstanding salary of the current year is 2,000. Advance subscription for the next year is 1,600. Here is the sports material. I have taken spread separately, but I have been added to sports material. So totally interest on accrued investment aside. So it will tally for 1,31,920. What's the rule? Deduct the last year, deduct the next year, add outstanding of the current year. That's a law. Whatever the outstanding subscription comes on the income side will come on the asset side. Whatever the outstanding comes on the expenditure side, that will come on the liability side. Advance becomes liability, prepaid. Next year, advance becomes the liability. Next year, prepaid becomes the asset. The old balance sheet you have to continue. Don't take opening balance. Don't take closing balance. Don't take capital receipt item like legacies, life membership fees, heavy donation. Don't take capital expenditure item like furniture, billiards table, sports material. Hope you understand. I've solved one problem of income and expenditure account, one problem with a balance sheet, income and expenditure and balance sheet. Definitely it will help you from the examination point of view. It will come for 15 marks. Best of luck in the examination. Hope will do well and bring the good name to your institution and also your parents. And hope so will do well in the examination. Best of luck in the examination. You remember, you have to do that two problems from the what's called section C, you better to go on final account and non-trading concern. And if you still have got a doubt, no, you can go with a journal entry with a ledger. I have given I have given everything in the classroom. Better to go through the notes. Best of luck in the examination. Hope you understand this problem. In the next session, I will do one more departmental accounts. Then we say thank you. Okay. Best of luck in the coming exam.